Howdy folks, I'm Colonel Sanders and you're not. Many of you know now that I am blocked by Kentucky Fried Chicken. And as I've seen on my other account and my siblings' account, the comment sections are full of a lot of support for me. First off, again, I'd like to say thank you to everybody, because 10 years ago when I spoke out against the sexualization and misrepresentation of my uncle in their ads, I was blocked by Kentucky Fried Chicken, and when I announced I was blocked by Kentucky Fried Chicken, I was met with quite a bit of hate. I had no following behind me. Now, it's the opposite. I see the comments of people demanding that they address the elephant in the room. I see the comments of people demanding that they issue an apology to my family and unblock me. Some even are demanding that they hand over the account to me. I'm going to tell you now, I appreciate it, but that's never going to happen. They're never going to unblock me. They're just going to continue doing what they're doing. I have inside information that says Kentucky Fried Chicken is struggling in the United States. I learned this back in the third month of the year. Sexualizing the Colonel back in 2015 saved the brand from destruction. They were failing and they needed something to get back on top. They ran these campaign ads and it brought a lot of young people in. They're facing the same issue now, and I can tell you why. Yeah, I brought a lot of people in for a short time, but they didn't fix the quality. They didn't fix the customer service. They didn't fix any of it. And since they didn't fix that product, eventually people got tired of it and they started going to better places. So now, as I was told at the third month of the year that they're going to run this campaign, they're running a comeback campaign. Part of their comeback campaign is blocking the original Sanders family, misrepresenting the Colonel, sexualizing the Colonel, encouraging the sexualization of the Colonel in the comments, making sexualized ads, sexually suggestive ads online, poor marketing decisions, moving the headquarters from Kentucky to Texas. Now, they moved in 1970 from Kentucky to Tennessee. It didn't go over well. They moved it back to Kentucky. Now they're permanently in Texas. Now, a few years ago, when I met with my friends in KFC, I did meet with them. This is what, 10 years ago I had an issue with them? These franchisees that I met with 3 years ago, they made it up to me, and I saw potential. They also agree with me on my stance with the brand right now. Heck, they sold a lot of their franchises back to the corporation because they wanted to shrink their footprint within the brand because they weren't agreeing with the direction it was going. And they are a veteran franchisee and a generational franchisee. Anyways, these franchisees, they were telling me they were worried that KFC was going to make a decision to switch to completely boneless chicken. While boneless chicken is popular, heck, I like it too. I do love the occasional traditional bone-in chicken. I love a wing. I love a drumstick. The Colonel loved the wings. He thought they were the best part of the chicken to eat. Well, they were worried that this decision was going to be made. There's been talks about it for a few years now. They finally did it. They spun off Saucy by KFC in Orlando, Florida. It did really well, so they started making more locations. They have a social media presence. I believe it's ran by the same marketing team that runs the Kentucky Fried Chicken one. Now, look at Kentucky Fried Chicken with their 1.3 million followers on TikTok and the millions of followers they have on other platforms. Now look at Saucy. That's ran by, I think, the same team. The millions of followers on Kentucky Fried Chicken are brought in because some people did know the Colonel was real. They knew at least whether the Colonel was real or not, that he was iconic, and that Kentucky Fried Chicken has been around for a long time. So they inherited that fame. They didn't earn that following by posting the things that they post and marketing the way that they market today. They got that following over the years from the traditional values that customers had that were online and from people just knowing it was iconic to begin with. Now they running Saucy. Look at their following. Saucy has been around since 2024. At least that's when it was first announced that it was going to be a thing. Look at their following on there. Kentucky Fried Chicken is doing everything they can to erase their legacy and start anew. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with that if they weren't dragging Colonel Sanders through the mud or his legacy through the mud. If they want to dissolve Kentucky Fried Chicken altogether, get rid of it altogether and just do their Saucy thing, fine, great. But they're publicly dragging Uncle Harley's image and legacy through the mud before doing that. So tell me, will you spend your money at Saucy? Are you going to follow Saucy? I know there's people that hate me for being proud of my family legacy that are going to go follow anyways, but what do you think?